Hello and welcome to Pain-Free at Any Age. If you're looking for effective, long-term solutions to keeping your body agile and pain-free no matter how old you are, then you are in the right place. I'm going to be sharing with you a simple, science-backed method to heal your body and move without pain that works whether you're an athlete, a yogi, you just like to go for the occasional walk or hike, or even if you can barely put on your socks without throwing your back into spasms. I'm Sukie Baxter, founder of Whole Body Revolution, and I help you to rewire yourself for greater health, happiness, and success. Now, here's what I've seen in over 15 years of clinical practice helping people to alleviate pain and tension in their bodies. People are always looking for stretches and exercises for pain relief, and they want to know how to stretch or strengthen the afflicted muscles. See, the problem here is that they've already self-diagnosed the issue and decided on the correct solution, but you don't know what you don't know. And while stretches and exercises are important, doing them without understanding a few key points about how pain and tension work in your body will leave you with haphazard results. Now, I could absolutely just give you a series of stretches and exercises to do, and you'd probably feel better for a little while. But ultimately, your pain will return, at which point you'll go off looking for another set of exercises and stretches that will hopefully be more effective and longer lasting. Eventually, you'll give up and decide that something must really be wrong, at which point you might seek out more invasive methods such as surgery or powerful pain-relieving drugs. Or worst of all, you might completely give up and decide you're simply getting older and you're just going to have to live with the pain, not to mention the limitations it puts on your life. Obviously, none of this is ideal, so over the course of the next several videos, I'm going to be sharing with you the neuroscientific principles behind pain, stress, and tension so you can understand the underlying cause of your symptoms. I share this with you not to load you up with a bunch of information or to prove how smart I am, but because I have found that those clients who get the best results are the ones who have a working understanding of how their bodies process pain. I want you to be able to stay active and healthy for your entire life, to be able to do the things you love and not just enjoy good health, but to actually watch your health and happiness improve with every passing day. Understand the neurological basis for pain and why muscles get tight in the first place, it's also much easier to understand how to apply the tools that will help you to get relief. But when you're operating from a faulty understanding of how your body works, you'll just get stuck on an endless hamster wheel of short-lived, temporary relief, which is not only exhausting, but can leave you feeling frustrated and hopeless. So I'm going to share with you some of the common mistakes that I see people making when trying to get relief for their aching bodies, and what you can do instead to actually address the root cause of pain and tension rather than just masking the symptoms. Now, a word of caution. Many people are unable to hear me when I talk about these principles. They're so indoctrinated to a faulty medical model of the body that they believe they already know the solution that they need. They'll listen to me explain why I'm addressing their pain at the neurological level first, and immediately, as soon as I've stopped talking, start off with, yeah, but... So I'm going to ask a favor of you. Listen to the following video series with an open mind. Set aside all of your preconceived notions about what pain is, how it works, and what you need to do to get rid of it. You may hear thoughts pop up in your mind like, yeah, but that doesn't apply to me, or I don't really feel that way, and that's totally fine. Simply acknowledge them and continue to listen to the videos with an open mind. Do the exercises and the practices with curiosity. Generally, it's the people who tell me something doesn't apply to them who most need to hear it. Now, while these videos will give you a general overview of the tools you need to alleviate pain, no matter what age and ability you're at, I will say that some pain is a normal and natural part of life, but living with chronic aches and pains is not healthy or sustainable. In fact, being in pain is a lot like being in high-interest credit card debt. Now, a lot of financial advisors will tell you that the first step in building wealth is to pay off high-interest debts, But even once you do that, you're still only at zero. You haven't actually built up any wealth. You've just stopped the negative drain out of your life. Pain works similarly. When you're in pain, it's not just that your body hurts. Pain actually causes your nervous system to function in survival mode, where you're just getting by moment to moment. And living in this state makes it difficult or impossible to build the wealth that forms the foundation of a happy and satisfying life. You can't be fully present for your family or connect to other people. In fact, you might even see bad stuff where there isn't any. Chronic pain shifts your biology into survival mode, which can cause you to misinterpret neutral facial expressions as angry or aggressive. Your hearing may also shift to tune into threatening low-frequency sounds that can signal danger. Pain tells your brain that you're in trouble, so your brain starts to constantly scan your surroundings to find and identify threats, and the result is feeling perpetually unsafe, anxious, and afraid. Not to mention the physical symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, digestive issues, muscle aches, poor posture, chronic tension. The effects of living with pain go much deeper than just making it uncomfortable to sit in your office chair or tolerate a long airline flight. It can be difficult or impossible to set and achieve goals. You might find yourself procrastinating or avoiding work altogether because the pain is too distracting, or you can't focus. Creativity slowly dissolves into a cloud of perpetual crabbiness and irritability, and of course, there's your sleep. Pain can wake you up at night, making it tough to get a good night's rest, which in turn can actually make your pain worse. People who struggle with even low-grade pain find it hard to connect to feelings of joy, which can sap all the playfulness right out of life. And as if all of this weren't enough, studies have shown that chronic pain causes your brain to physically shrink. That means that pain makes it harder to think straight the longer you suffer with it. So with all of that said, I'm sure you can see how gritting your teeth and living with pain is the physiological equivalent of holding onto high-interest credit card debt with huge fees that just seem to mount up month after month, year after year, until you feel like there's no way you can climb out of the hole. This is why I believe that addressing pain is of paramount importance, not only for your health, but for your happiness and your success. And I think you'll see too, as you start to learn about the underlying cause of pain and tension, how resolving this will have a cascade of other positive effects in your life. Now, unfortunately, I have just a little bit more bad news to share with you before we get into the meat of this course. The data shows that across the board, about 30 to 50% of patients drop out of treatment programs for their pain. That's up to half of all patients, and the success rate of the treatment method is completely irrelevant. Patients aren't leaving their treatment programs because they aren't getting relief. They're leaving because life gets in the way and they get derailed by one of two things, either a lack of time or a lack of motivation. So let's take care of both of these right now. First off, open up your calendar and choose a time that you will spend watching the videos and doing the exercises in this program. Seriously, put it in your calendar and make a commitment to spend a little time each day doing the work. Next, I want you to take out a piece of paper and write this down. Today is blank, and I am so grateful for blank. Choose a date no more than 30 days in the future for the first blank and fill in the second blank with the result that you would most like to have. So for example, today is April 30th, and I'm so grateful that I can turn my head to look over my shoulder without pain, or whatever it might be for you. Make sure you state your result in the positive. So choose what you would like to gain and not what you want to go away. And I'll tell you more about why that's important in an upcoming video. Go ahead and pause this video and do that. Did you do it? Okay, good. Next, underneath that statement, I want you to spend a minimum of 2 minutes freely writing all the ways in which having that result will change your life for the better. What will you be doing that you're not doing now? How will you feel? Will you be able to go upstairs and tuck your kids into bed at night because your back doesn't hurt anymore? Are you going to take your dog for long hikes, or maybe you'll take up painting again? What is the thing that you most want to do that right now you're not doing because of this pain? Take 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes, and write that down. I really encourage you not to skip this part. Remember, up to half of all patients do not complete their treatment programs, and nothing works if you don't. So anchor in that commitment now. Anchor in the reason you're doing this. It can be hard if you're dealing with a lot of pain to even fathom a vision of your life where you aren't limited by what your body can't do. But intention is a very powerful thing, so do this for yourself. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.